Hey YouTube, what's going on? This is James from BRB Racing in South Texas RC, coming at you today with part 3 of the Nitro series of how to properly clean your nitro for half the cost. These are the products that I use here. You're looking at scrubbing bubbles, probably about $3 there. You got Totally Awesome, big container, $3 there. WD-40, about another $3 here. So do the hard math, you've got $9 worth of stuff, but when you look this stuff up on the internet that they use, you've got Nitro Clean, which is about $9.99. It's, aerosol can cleaner. That's what I'm using this for today in a spray bottle. And then you have your after run oil and your air filter oil. When you add all that together, you're paying about $20. WD-40 does it all. We're going to be using that, and also we're going to also show you compressed air and a quick microfiber towel. So I'm going to go ahead and start getting this thing cleaned up, and you can see how to do it. First step I'm going to do is use the compressed air, blow off any loose dirt that's there, and then we'll go into the cleaning process. So let me go ahead and get the truck and show you what it looks like. Alright, so this is going to be the T-Max 3.3 that I was showing you in the part 1 and part 2 series of the Nitro. Now it's time to clean it up. So the main essentials we're going to clean, we're going to do the air filter, we're going to clean up all of the chassis, and all of this dirt and debris. First, we're going to use the blower, and we're going to blow this clean before we actually get it wet. Less dirt on here, the better. And of course, I'm going to go through and blow the rest of it off, and I'll be right back. Alright, go. I've already got a large majority of the dirt blown off, got all down the cracks and crevices. Next, I'm going to use the Awesome Clean. Do leave the air filter in place though, don't get anything sprayed down the carb. So now I'm going to spray it down with the Awesome Clean, and I'll show you how much I put on. Be right back. Alright, bath time. So I generally spray it down, get into the cracks and crevices. I don't get it sprayed all over the electronics yet. It is waterproof, but I don't want to submerge it, especially down to the receiver box. And I give it a healthy soaking, down inside the wheels. A lot of people like to pull the wheels off, but if you got good pressurized, compressed air, you don't have to worry about pulling the wheels for a simple clean procedure. And like I said, just mist it on, do your tires, get a lot of the gunk off your tires, spray it in the back. So I'm just giving it a pretty good bath, and the Awesome Clean gets the nitro fuel off super easy. So I'm going to finish soaking this down and hit it with some compressed air. Alright, as you can see now, I've pretty well soaked down the entire model with the Awesome Clean. You can see the dirt just pouring off of it. Got it all down here real good, sprayed around the motor, around the exhaust. Of course, don't spray this inside your components like your transmission or in your engine or in the motor here. Just, it's external cleaner only. Soak the bottom really good. Now the next step is to hit it with some compressed air, and let's get it done. I'm gonna finish blowing this off. I'll be right back. So as you can see, pretty much this is super clean. I didn't want to leave y'all just watching a grueling 5 minutes of me using the air to blow it off, but I like to get down in all the cracks and crevices with it, get everything all cleaned off. But there's still some detail cleaning, and that's where the microfiber towel is going to come into place. So I'm going to start wiping it down with a microfiber towel, and then I'll show you the next step. All right, I had to take a quick pause there and clean up the area. That way I'm not rolling back and forth through dirt. But like I said, with the microfiber towel, get in there, get all your cracks and crevices wiped out on it, and then I'll show you the next step that I do after I get everything nice and dry. I like to get inside the tires, hold the rag inside, spin the tire, get the inside cleaned out. It's coming out really sharp. Now the next step that I like to do is use the WD-40. Put it on mist, slightly mist over the model. Don't submerge it, but main thing I like to use the WD-40 for is you get a nice shine to it. Plus the WD-40 helps the dirt not to stay stuck or other oils to stay stuck to it. and it blew off fairly clean with just using this, but using the Awesome Clean got a better detail clean. We're going to mist this over the body real quick, up and lower, and then we'll use the compressed air and we'll blow it off. And that's the amount of WD-40 that I used, not a whole bunch. I hit up the chassis, I hit up the tires, I hit up the undercarriage. Next step is use compressed air, start blowing all this off, get it really nice and sharp looking. When I do this, I'll be right back. Then after the blow off clean is done, virtually you want to get all the oil off as best as possible where you don't have any wet puddles. Then go back with your microfiber towel and start doing some detail wipe down, shine up, and cleaning. So I'm going to do that real quick and I'll be right back. Alright, now that I've got the model all nice and clean, the next thing we're going to go after is the air filter. So remove your clip, remove the air filter, pop it off the engine. It's going to be an Allen key that's going to be right in there on most of your Traxxas models. You can pull this foam off by hand, but to get the internal core out, you're going to have to take that screw out. I'm going to take the screw out of here. Okay. And then we can take the center cartridge out. Now what I like to use for this, instead of using the oils that you only get a couple ounces for, use the WD-40 also, or you can use a little bit of trans fluid if you've got some laying around. But you want to make sure after you clean it, I spray this down really good with the WD-40. Once it's sprayed down really good and healthy, we're going to wring it out. Get all that debris out of there. Same thing, use that microfiber towel, squeeze dry it. And you're going to do that to your center core filter also. Clean your tubing with the microfiber, and then reassemble. So in this time around, I'm going to show you how to do the trans fluid also. Sorry I didn't include that in the beginning of the video. So I used WD-40, sprayed, rinsed these out really well. So I'm going to put some WD-40 on here again, give it one more squeeze, get all the dirt off, make sure it's completely clean. I'm going to put some trans fluid inside of this cup, and then we're going to dunk them in, wring them out, and they'll be ready to go. Like I said, make sure to get a lot of the dirt out of that outer one, so I went ahead and submerged it more. Getting ready to dip it in the ATF. Also too, you want to make sure that you wipe down that assembly really good, get all the dirt and debris. You might want to spray some WD-40 down inside of there, rinse it out also. Have this ready to rock and roll. Well, we're going to go ahead and do the foams in the ATF. Dip it in, pull it back out, give it a nice wring out, give it one more dip, wring it out, and then I'll use the towel as a blotter to get the rest of it off. Same thing for the outer foam. Stick it in there, get it nice and wet, and then we'll blot it down with the towel, spray the assembly clean, and I'll show you the reassembled product. And there you have it. Got the air filter all put back together, nice and super clean. Always keep these air filters as clean as possible. Simple fact of it is, if you get sand, dirt, and debris inside of here, it gets sucked through into the carburetor, it's like taking sandpaper to the inside of your engine. So always a must, keep your air filter clean. Next thing I'm going to show you on the truck is we already got all the nitro fuel completely drained out. It's been evacuated out of the tank and all the lines. And we're going to use a little bit of WD-40 down inside of that carb and crank it around, and then it's going to be good to stick back on the shelf for storage. And of course, like I said, I already have all the fuel drained out of the tank. Also on the carb, I like to get in there and just gently wipe anything that might be around it. You don't want to knock any dirt down inside of there. So next on this, you're going to need your starter wand. We're going to place that back here, get that ready to go, rotate it around, make sure that there's no more fuel, and then we'll spray some WD down into the carb and be ready to put the filter back on. Okay, so we're going to put a small, very small spurt into the carburetor, just a little. Going to open up the throttle Let that drop down inside. Close the throttle. Rotate the engine. And that's good right there. Then we'll stick the air filter back on and be done with it. So there you go, YouTube. There is the finished product. Got a nice clean air filter. Everything's all nice and super clean on here. Cleaning the body's pretty well self-explanatory. You're going to use soap and water. Same thing, microfiber towel, wipe it down. This is the finished product. So you never want to let your model sit with fuel inside the tank or up inside the engine, because that can also cause pitting. But mainly, I showed you all the products I use and makes it a lot cheaper. Keep your models nice and clean. Hope this helps out. If you need anything else, just give me a holler and we'll take care of any comments that you have. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye.